Hello, this is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Today I want to show you a really cool A&E automatic 3-slot payphone. This is Jenny's payphone, and this is the final checkout video of this telephone. We did an earlier initial checkout video of this telephone showing some problems that it had and some of the issues with the telephone. Jenny had found this telephone and purchased it and then had it sent directly to the shop here. And so when this telephone came in, it did not have a vault lock and key, which are really hard keys and locks to find for these telephones. So we located her a lock and a key and installed it. These keys and locks for these are a 10L, and they're very hard to find for the A&E vault door. Now, someone has already fixed the body lock so that it'll open with anything, and I don't like to do that. I like to find, at least if the lock is there, I like to take the lock apart and get an old key, to that type of lock, and then key the lock to that. But a lot of times what will happen is people will take these locks and fix them in a fashion so that they'll open with anything. But it's not really all that important. The most important thing is the vault door, in case she wants to use this as a bank or put something important in the vault, and I've had customers say that they do that. Anyway, we did locate her a lock and a key, and we have that installed. Also, the telephone has been totally gone through. It had quite a few issues. We had to go through the dial and work on the dial and get all the contacts cleaned and adjusted. And we also had to go through the main PC board. We also worked on the bell circuit, and we installed a modular line port. I'm going to kind of try to swing around and show you. This is basically what we like to do here at this shop. I like to install a modular port so you can simply plug in any line cord you want, any length, any color, and that kind of gives you an idea there. It looks for a much cleaner look. And so anyway, we're going to go ahead and do some final checks on this telephone. I want to show you the lock and key here. So now her vault will lock, and it's just specifically to this key. So it's a key and a lock to the vault door. We're going to set that aside here real quick, and we have some change that we're going to drop through, and the quarters are going to gong once. And then dimes are going to ring the bell twice, and nickels will ring once. So we'll go another quarter, a dime, a nickel. We'll do a quarter again. We'll do a dime. And let's do another nickel, another nickel. We're just going to use up all of our change. Another nickel and a dime. Now, I don't suspect that any money will ever get caught up in the coin validator, but if it ever does, there's so many slots in those coin validators that it's pretty simple to get them out. Sometimes it happens, a coin's not exactly round or it's been bent or something, but generally, you'll probably never have a problem with it. But if you do, you can always usually get those coins out if you have to. So anyway, another issue with this telephone was it did not have the plastic insert cover for the informational card here. And so that was installed. And so that turned out really well. Another thing that we also did was Jenny wanted her telephone number on the center dial ring, and I have some of her number blocked out there right in this area. But we wanted to try to kind of make that center dial ring number card a little, you know, give it a little older look to it because of her her informational card here has kind of got an old look to it. And it's just a really cool telephone. I mean, this telephone was in use. You know, the things that are on this telephone have been with it for a long time, so I'm just going to call it original. So I think that's cool to have that look. It just gives it some character. But anyway, we're going to do some final checks. I'm going to go ahead and ring this telephone. I'm going to give that a couple of rings. Give you some dial tone here real quick. And another thing I want to show you, this was done before we received the telephone. Someone has installed a bell in the vault door, and sometimes we do that, but most of the time our bells are installed up inside the body. But since this bell was already installed there and they drilled the holes for it, we went ahead and left it. Now, we did have to repair that bell, and we had to repair that bell circuit. So we're going to go ahead and leave it in the vault area. And I want to ring the bell with a vault door on it. Give that a couple rings. Give you some dial tone. And now what we want to do is we want to dial our numbers. I'm going to end in a 2. Now I also want to talk into the handset. Every time you see that red indicator light on the telephone analyzer, that's an indication of 100% modulation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hello, hello. And so we know we have transmit, receive, and it's dialing out. Another thing that we want to do is I'm going to go ahead and move the telephone line over to a regular line, and we're going to call, say, like a time and temp number.
Shop our entire location online anytime at Offenburg.com. Today is Wednesday, August 31st. The time is 10:45. Current temperature 97 degrees. Now the weather forecast for the Belleville area. Partly cloudy, hot and humid today, high in the mid-90s. Heat index around 100. Mostly clear tonight, lows in the low 70s. Thursday, mostly sunny, hot and humid, a high in the upper 90s.
Okay, now what I want to do, so I want to give you some dial tone here. And I want to dial my number. And it'll be busy. And we'll do one other number, give you some dial tone. Let me see here. Let's do Walmart.
Thank you for calling Walmart.
Okay, so we know that the telephone is in working condition, and I'm going to go ahead and take the body off of the telephone now that we've checked it out, and I'm going to kind of show you what was going on. So I'm going to set the video down real quick, and what I want to do is, you should be able to take any kind of a flat type screwdriver and go ahead and release the body. But you want to grab the body and kind of push it in a little bit in the bottom. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to release the body now. We're going to move the telephone line back over into the analyzer. And I want to show you real quick here a little bit about the telephone. Now we have our coin validator that's in the telephone that the money falls through. And then we have a plug here. And basically when this telephone came in, they did not have any kind of standoffs for this plug. And basically that plug was moving around really bad and just getting all loose. And so they really needed standoffs. So what we did was, you still have to be gentle with these, but now it has standoffs so that it's supported some, so that you can unplug. And you unplug this so that you can hang the 3-slot payphone on the wall. This is the base. So what you want to do is you want to take the body off and take it away, and then hang it on the wall, mount it on the wall, and then you can come up and plug your body back in. So now you don't have to worry about this breaking off so much. But this board also had to be repaired electronically. We had to go through that board and repair it, repair the bell circuit also. Now another issue with this telephone was, I don't understand some of the things that they did, because they basically had this hook switch here. They had it going in the wrong direction. If you notice back here on the linkage of the hook switch, the little bracket is supposed to be behind the switch and actually push it this way towards the video. See how that is? Well, that's the way they are. That's the way they're supposed to be. For some reason, they had that linkage in front. And when the hook switch would go up, it was pushing the switch back towards the base of the telephone. And then when you push it down, it would release it. It was backwards, and they had it wired backwards also. I'm not sure what they were doing, but it didn't make a lot of sense. So that had to be all taken apart and repaired also, the hook switch here, all your connections for your hook switch. So they had that all backwards. And, you know, it had some issues, but now it's all taken care of and the telephone is in fine working condition. But I want to show you something here real quick. I want to put the body back on. And so what we want to do is I want to make my connection here. There's a little piece, a little tab that sticks out that is going to go into this circle bracket in the base. And so what you want to do is you want to make sure you get that on. But another thing I want to show you on these 3-slot payphones is when I lift this body up and I go ahead to install it, you want to try to put the top of it on first. Something that's kind of important that I want to show you is on this side of the telephone, you want to make sure that that is definitely all the way in before you try to lock the telephone. And you're going to have to push it in, and then you can go ahead and lock your telephone. But there's going to be, you know, you're going to have to push in this little corner here, and that's not uncommon. Sometimes they're a little bit difficult to work in, but you'll be able to get it in. But then the body will fit on, and then you can kind of lock your lock, and everything should be fine. This is Jenny's 3-slot payphone, and it's an A&E automatic electric, and it's a really cool telephone. I think Jenny's going to be really happy to get this telephone back and get it mounted and go ahead and start using it. It's a really cool telephone, and it's got it's got the wear and tear on it that's what the collectors want. They want telephones that were in actual use and look the way they did when they were out in the public. This is Dennis with A1 Telephone Service and Repair, A1 Electronics. You can reach us on the web at www.a1-telephone.com, and you can also reach us at 618-235-6959. Thank you for watching, and have a great day.